Alright girls, so similar to last time, this video is looking at predicting salts for acid carbonate reactions. So again, we're going to look at our reactants to find out what type of reaction it is. Acid obviously tells you that it's an acid. In this case, we know it's a carbonate because it says carbonate. Now your carbonate's that CO3 group that we see when we look at our polyatomic ions. Now, again, we're going to have a salt produced because it's an acid reaction. That's what we're predicting. So we're going to leave that blank. What we're interested in are what are the products I know. Now, I'm going to get water again, okay? But in the case of an acid carbonate reaction, I'm also going to get carbon dioxide. So there's a slight difference to our acid-base reactions. The process is the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to write in my acid formula. So in this case, nitric acid HNO3. I'm going to be reacting that with calcium carbonate. So calcium Ca2+, carbonate CO3 2-. Now, that's a 2-to-2 ratio, which we want to bring down to its simplest form. So it's going to be 1-to-1. All right, so my formula, CaCO3. Now, it's going to react. I don't know my salt yet, but what I do know, water is H2O. Carbon dioxide, CO2. Now, similar to last time, these two products are going to come from somewhere over in my reactants. In this case, it comes from this carbonate group and from the hydrogens from your acid. Okay, so similar to what we've done last time where we highlighted them. I'm then going to highlight what I've got left over, so my NO3 and my Ca, that's what's going to form my salt. So my salt is going to be Ca2+ as my cation, and NO3 -1 as my anion, crossover method of a 2-to-1. My salt is CaNO3 2. So then I can name it. I've got calcium nitrate as my product. Only other thing I need to do, of course, is balance my chemical reaction. Now, in this case, I'll start off with my NO3. So I've got 2 NO3s in my products. I need 2 out the front over here. That now gives me 2 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens, 1 calcium, 1 calcium, 1 carbon, 1 carbon, 2 oxygens, 3 oxygens, 3 oxygens. We're balanced, okay? So, write out my reactants, my products. I put in water and carbon dioxide. Formulas for my reactants, using your crossover method, put in your water and your carbon dioxide. They come from your hydrogens and your carbonates. What's left over, your calcium and your nitrate, makes your salt. We can name that once we get our formula through the crossover method. So it's basically the same thing, but because it's an acid carbonate, we've also got to deal with carbon dioxide. Let's give it another look. Hydrochloric acid, potassium carbonate, same thing. Going to get a salt, going to get water, going to get carbon dioxide. So, acid, HCl, plus potassium carbonate. So, K is a +1, CO3 -2, crossover, 2-to-1, K2CO3. Going to produce salt plus H2O plus CO2. Highlighter. These bad boys come from your carbonate and your hydrogens. What's left over makes my salt. So I'm going to have it from K +1, Cl -1. You can do the maths on that, but it's just going to be KCl. All right. Or as we call it, potassium chloride. Question for you, am I finished? Is there anything else I need to do? Of course there is, Mr. Mills. We need to balance it. Awesome job. We're going to start off with our potassiums because I can see I've got 2 here and 1 here, so 2 out the front. Chlorines, now I've got 2 over here, and if you do your maths the whole way through, now we're balanced. So, not too different. Start out, names your reactants, put in your water and your carbon dioxide because it's an acid carbonate. Formula for your reactants, formula for water and carbon dioxide, figure out where they come from, figure out what's left over, make your salt, name your salt, balance. There'll be a couple on the slide after this for you to have a practice at, girls.